Vengeance has come and gone, and the road to SummerSlam begins tonight. Hi, everybody. This is your barbecue-loving friend Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler, and tonight, our champion takes on ECW.
I can't believe our general manager would allow extremely crappy wrestling to appear on Raw.
And from what we've read, the champion might agree with your assessment of ECW.
How could he not? They're second rate, and the champ's going to prove it tonight.
You're looking at one of the most dangerous men in sports entertainment.
Yeah, none of those ECW superstars have any respect for their opponents, or themselves for that matter.
Well, I hope the champion didn't bite off more than he could chew when he insulted ECW. He certainly hasn't had as much experience in Extreme Rules hardcore matches as his opponent.
Come on, JR. This is our champion we're talking about. Have a little faith.
This is Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler, and we welcome you to live Raw action from Providence, Rhode Island.
Can you believe how loud these fans are, JR? They know they're about to see the greatest superstars in sports entertainment.
You're not wrong, King. The Raw superstars never fail to impress, and I can't wait to get started. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar as intense as the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal Sabu.
You say that like it's a bad thing. I'd hate to run into Sabu in a dark alley, or anywhere else for that matter.
I don't blame you, quite frankly. He's a dangerous, unpredictable man, as his opponents can attest. I've got a feeling that this has all the makings of an instant classic.
That's probably just gas, JR.
Well, I did have some good old Oklahoma barbecue before tonight's show, but I don't think that's it, King. These fans got more than they bargained for, King.
They bought tickets to see the show, not be a part of it. Ugh. I don't think these
Oh, man! That'll leave you hurting for certain.
You're not kidding, JR. That'll leave your head ringing for sure. Ugh. Watch out! He reversed it!
Good Lord, what an impact!
That's the way to do it! Keep going!
You're not going to get him with that one.
I've got no earthly idea how these fans can cheer for a maniac like Sabu.
Like him or not, you have to admit that Sabu's made a reputation for himself by never giving less than 100%.
Well, he sure hasn't gotten by on his good looks. Ugh.
I think this crowd has this, and it's been reversed.
You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will. I think this one's got all the makings of a bona fide slobber knocker. Oh, man, what a shot from that foreign object.
What are you talking about, JR? I'm almost sure that was made in America. This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just hope these superstars can settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
Oh, but you've got to have a guess, right?
I might, but I'd rather keep it to myself if it's all the same to you, King. I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars...
Come on! Somebody's got to take that away from him.
Hey, if the referee doesn't stop it, it's all legal.
Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring.
What a shot! You can't take too many of those and expect to stay in this.
I don't even want to think about what that feels like, JR.
Say what you will about Sabu. I don't think I've ever seen a performer who takes his opponents to the extreme like he does.
You say that like it's a good thing. Sabu's a menace. Whoa! Look at that! That's using your head.
That's using someone's head, that's for sure.
Look out! Head first, right into the barrier.
And let me tell you, folks, there's not a damn bit of give to that security. What a shot! I don't think that was ever meant to be used like... It looks like he's fixing to end this one.
Oh, man! What a choke slam! That'll do it, JR. Here's the cover, JR.
1, 2, 3.
I think it's pretty...
Man, let me tell you, it looks like the champ may have come off the worse for wear here.
I hope that leg isn't seriously injured.
We won't know until he gets it checked out, but I sincerely hope not.
And if it is, we've got ECW to blame for injuring our champion.
All the more reason for Raw to have nothing to do with them from now on.
What are you talking about? This looks like the opening shot in a war to me.